Okay, here's an email. Let's read it and answer as we can, or as I can. Dear Kurt, my name is something. I'll keep personal stuff private. I wanted to simply say hello, greetings from somewhere in the American Southwest, and also ask a question. I have a feeling we're waiting for a train. That's what the ding, ding, ding is. Sorry about that. Ding, 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 ding. I'll step over here away from the train, from the dinging. Let's wait for the train to go by. And the gate goes up. I don't know if there's another one coming. Oh, there's another one coming. Okay. I have the feeling you are sometimes flooded with emails by various people, so I fully respect that it may take you some time to respond if at all possible. Thank you for that understanding. It's not like I'm flooded, but every email requires, it's not like people write to say simple things. I'm not complaining in any way. It's just that the emails require some time, and that's why it takes me time to get back. I appreciate your understanding. And I am indeed getting back to you kind of late. Am I ever going to get on with this? I'm sorry, all the trains. I just didn't want the train to be a nuisance to you guys. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. I have this feeling, okay, I better said that. I am also a person of the outdoors. I hike anywhere I can, when I can, and have shared many fun hikes with my spouse. Like many others, I enjoy your channels. I do have a question though, and since you are a teacher in Japan, I'm in hopes you can answer it. I've seen a number of other YouTube videos about Japan and the problems associated with bullying and depression there. Since you have lived in the USA, would you say that children and teens in Japan have a far more difficult time with this issue than kids in the USA? What is your opinion on the topic of bullying and how either culture, country is handling it differently? I hope you're doing well and look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for your time. Sincerely, and this person's name. Well, I'm not. I have to plead ignorance. I have been away from the United States for a long time. I don't know a lot about the social situation there anymore. I can speak about the state of things here, not from the news perspective. Probably someone like Victor could probably give you a better perspective in terms of how bullying is being reported in the news in Japan. I can speak from my own experience as a teacher and as a father, especially as a father of a mixed race child. Bullying does exist here, and I have seen it happening and heard of it happening. It usually relates to, in Japan, bullying typically relates to typical childish things, such as difference, someone standing out and being different from others. In my daughter's case, it was related to her not fitting in as not looking the same, not quite looking Japanese, children telling her that she's not Japanese, which to a Westerner may not sound like a deep jab, but that really hurts in Japan because it's all about fitting in and being a part of everything. So that really did hurt my daughter. So bullying does happen here. It also happens to relate to gender, of course. Girls seem to bully in one way and boys in another, and the stuff that my daughter experiences often far more psychological, and there is schoolyard physical bullying that occurs here in Japan, so I think there's similarities there. Japan is a country of significant oversight. I mean, I'm not saying oversight in terms of missing something, but in terms of actually oversight, watching. So for example, at the school where I work, there's practically no bullying at all. And that is simply because the teachers are constantly on top of things. They basically don't let it happen. And I've talked to students, and I've asked them of their experience, older students like in the junior or senior high school level, and I've asked them of their experience in the lower grades, and they tell me bullying basically is non-existent. The teachers don't put up with it, and the students don't put up with it. Now contrast that with what's in the news in Japan, where bullying taunting children to suicide. And we have a big distinction. So I think that relates to the school as well. In the United States, I'm completely out of touch. I don't know what it's like there, except for a few queries I've had with some of my students who have done homestays. I'm not just, let's not say just the United States, but the West, for example. Contrast West and East, specifically Japan. And I asked, just last week, I asked two of my students who had spent the summer. One kid had spent an entire year in the States, when he was younger. I asked them about bullying, no problems at all. In terms of being different, being not speaking English perfectly, and they described to me that the schools that they went to in the Los Angeles area, both of them, same area, same, Southern California, were so ethnically diverse that race and skin color and having an accent meant nothing. So that was a non-issue at all. And both of them described having very positive experiences. I know bullying does exist. I experienced it when I was a kid, but I just don't know what the current state of bullying is anymore. I've lost track. So I think that's about the best I can offer. It exists in both places. There are differences, and the cultures handle it a little bit differently. In terms of Japan, with the incredible demands for conformity and being ostracized for being different is one way of kind of keeping people in line. More formal discipline, perhaps, in the States or West is. I hope that answers your question. I don't feel really well armed to answer it. I hope I've given you the best. I know I've tried to give you the best I can. Take care, friend. Bye bye. Bye, for it's so dark.